I review a ton of gear on this channel every single year, and there are always some favorites that stick out to me at the end of the year. So in this video, I thought I'd do a roundup of my top 18 items that I've reviewed this year that relate to camera gear. And in this case, these are items that I actually use almost daily to film travel vlogs or videos for this YouTube channel, or photos or videos for my clients, because I don't just make YouTube videos. So first of all, we're going to start with cameras. Number one, action cameras, which is a pretty big topic on this channel. There are 3 action cameras here, you might notice, and truly in this moment I am using all 3. The GoPro is still my OG go-to action camera, and as you guys know, I use my action camera to vlog. I have found myself preferring the DJI Osmo Action 4 personally because I find that the Action 4 has better usability features, but my partner, Martin, who's in a lot of my travel vlogs with me, still prefers GoPro. He still thinks that they have the best overall image quality and it makes his face look the best, the skin tones are better on GoPro, in his opinion. And so whenever I'm filming with him, I compromise and we film with the GoPro. But if I'm filming by myself, I prefer to use the DJI Osmo Action 4. Now there's a new action camera here. I have not had it for very long, so the jury is still out for me on whether this is the best action camera so far. You know, it's a fun camera, I will say that. There are some really fun things you can do with this camera that you can't do with the DJI or the GoPro, and it does actually have some great usability features as well. It even tops DJI in that regard. But yeah, I'm not quite certain on my final judgment of this camera. You'll have to stay tuned because I am currently working on that video when I'm not making this video. Next up is pocket camera. So I do talk about little point and shoot cameras, and they are great for certain users out there. But ever since the DJI Pocket 3 came out, if you follow my channel, you know I'm pretty much obsessed with this camera. This is my favorite camera. Besides my action camera, I still think it complements the action camera, so to me it does not quite replace the action camera, but if I use them together, then that is a really great team for making travel vlogs and videos. So my pocket camera that I use pretty much all the time, especially if I'm in low light or just needing a gimbal, then I am turning to the DJI Pocket 3. But besides the Pocket 3, there is another pocket camera that I do use quite a bit, and that is my iPhone. So I did switch from Android to iPhone last year. I did it for the iPhone 14 Pro, and then this year I upgraded to the iPhone 15 Pro, mainly because it finally has USB-C as the charger. And so I love that feature about the 15 Pro, but also because it's made of titanium, that 15 is so much lighter than the 14. I found the 14 to be so heavy, like an actual brick in my pocket. But this iPhone 15 is so nice and light, so I don't regret so far upgrading from the 14 to the 15. I don't normally upgrade every single year, but this year I do think it was worth it. And rounding out my camera section of this video is a mirrorless camera. So I did not buy any mirrorless camera or lens this year, but I did get to try some out. And so personally, of all the mirrorless cameras I actually did not even try that many mirrorless cameras this year, to be honest. But the one that I did try that I really liked, and I might have bought it if not for one little thing, which I'll talk about in a sec, but that would be the Sony a7C II. So I really like that camera because it's full frame, super compact, great for doing hybrid photos and videos. If I did not already own the a7 IV, which is still my go-to favorite mirrorless camera for whenever I need one, then I would have bought the a7C II. But I think that based on Sony release schedules, I don't know anything, I'm just speculating here, but I do think that the Sony a7 IV might be coming next year. So I am waiting out for that camera because if I do upgrade, then it will be the a7 IV. And since I have my mirrorless camera out, let me point out one accessory here that is brand new, and I found myself using it so much. I really, really like it. That is this Ulanzi camera strap. So it's a version of like the Peak Design camera strap, which I never really liked. I always found those camera straps to be a little too heavy and too thick. I like that the Peak Design is a lot thinner and still very strong. but it has these little magnetic attachment points. And you might think that they're not that secure, but they're actually very secure. I have used, even my 70 to 200 f2.8. I've put it on this camera and used the strap, and it's been just fine. So I really, really like these camera straps. I've been using them ever since I got them. The next camera accessory that I find myself using over and over again, I'm actually using right now. It is the LumeCube panel lighting kit. So this kit is so cool because it comes with 2 panel lights. It also has barn doors so you can shape the lights. And it even comes with lighting stands, and they fit inside of this zippered case. And it's super compact and lightweight. The lights, you can plug them in for all-day power, or they last close to 2 hours each if they're fully charged. And with 2 lights, you can do quite a bit. Sometimes you might need a third or fourth light, but 2 lights, I can knock out most of my photo shoots and video shoots with 2 lights. So that has been my go-to on-the-go lighting kit that I also use here in the studio. Next up, wireless microphones. So Rode came out with a new wireless mic. Actually, they came out with 2 this year. The Rode Wireless Me and the Rode Wireless Pro. For me personally, the Rode Wireless Pro is more up my alley in terms of what it offers. And I love the fact that it finally comes with a charging case. This is something that has probably been my most wanted feature coming for Rode wireless microphones. But it looks pretty identical to the Rode Wireless Go 2, but besides the charging case, it also has features like 32-bit float, it's got time code, so a lot more professional features in it. It also comes with 2 wide lavalier microphones, all for $400, which is a steal for Rode products. So this has been my go-to wireless microphone system whenever I've needed one. It has even replaced my DJI microphone system. So we'll see what comes in the new year and if this remains my wireless mic system. Now, speaking of Rode, another product of theirs that I've found myself using pretty much every day are their headphones, because Rode does make a pair of headphones that are super comfortable. The headphones themselves, I don't think that they're brand new for this year, but they did come out with a little microphone that you can attach to the headphones, and that part came out this year. So it's kind of a new-ish product, but I really like that whole headphone setup because I use it to edit, I use it to listen to music. Anything I'm doing on my laptop, I'm pretty much always using those headphones. And now with that little microphone, I can even use it for my Zoom calls. I can use it for, meetings. I've done a podcast with it even. So it's a really nice setup if you haven't tried it out yet. Next, gimbals. I have to be really honest. Ever since I got the DJI Pocket 3, I don't really use gimbals anymore. If I ever need a gimbal shot, then I just pull this guy out, and the quality is so good on it that it's passed for YouTube videos. I've used it for commercial video work. Like, this little camera is so impressive. But if I did need a gimbal, I would use the Hohem iSteady M2. Now, I don't have it with me because I loaned it out to a friend, but I do like that gimbal a lot because it has a bunch of AI features, including some tracking, and it's also an all-in-one gimbal. So I can put my action camera on it, I can put my iPhone on it, I can put my mirrorless camera, so it's really versatile. So that is my go-to gimbal if I ever need one. Next, this is a new category for me, but drones. I've wanted to get into drones for a long time, but it's always felt like such a commitment because you have to learn how they work, you have to find out where you can legally fly and not get into trouble. It's a little hard to do in the Seattle area. But this year, I flew my first drone. It's right here. This is the Hover Air X1. I made a video about it recently. I've actually made a video about almost all of these products if you want to check out, more in-depth reviews about them. But I love this drone in particular because it doesn't even feel like a drone. And I think it's actually a self-flying camera is how they brand it. But it is a drone because it does fly. But it's got like all of these preset moves in it. You can use it in manual, but I truly just use the presets. And I get pretty much all of the drone footage that I need using this little guy. So I actually do use this drone. It's so small, it's easy to stick in my purse. I bring it with me when I travel all the time. and I use it way more often than I thought I would. Next up, phone accessories. So I did buy my iPhone 15 Pro fairly recently. It was a chunk of change. But whenever you get a new phone, there are some accessories that you do have to get for it, namely the case. So I am currently using the Peak Design mobile case. And I did not want to use Peak Design cases for a long time because they came in like this gray, and you can see that pretty much all of my camera gear is gray, so I was not very excited to get a gray iPhone case. But recently they came out with some new colors. This is like their gold or sandy color, and so I like it quite a bit. Might notice that gold is kind of like the Gemini Connect color, so I try to stay on brand. But I like it. It's very minimal. I can use all the buttons on my phone really well, and it's got this little, don't know what it's called exactly. It's their Slim Lock, I think is the name. But it works really well as an ecosystem. So if you've got other Peak Design Slim Lock accessories, like this tripod holder, this is like a Arca Swiss mount, so you can put this on a tripod. I can demonstrate it right here. I'll talk about tripods next. But now I can stick my phone on a tripod, and this Slim Lock is so strong. It's actually very, very hard to get your phone off. You have to hold this button down to release it. So super strong. There are a couple of other accessories that work with it, but you don't have to use those Slim Lock accessories. You can just use the iPhone case, and that's what I end up doing a lot. But there's another Peak Design product that I also really like. That is their mobile tripod. If you take a look at it, you'll see that it's pretty banged up. I've gotten a lot of use out of it, but I like it because it works so well as a little tripod. It's not the same, how some of those phone cases you can attach via MagSafe, they like pop out a little bit and they like hold your phone up so you can view it, but you can't really adjust the angle so well. So when you have a mobile tripod like this, it's pretty low to the ground, so you can't exactly extend it, but you can adjust the angle so well. It's really, really great for taking photos and videos. Oh, and it's super slim too. Look at how nice that is. Works really well with this iPhone case, but it also works with other iPhone cases too, so you don't have to get the Peak Design iPhone case to use the mobile tripod. But as great as this mobile tripod is, there's a newer mount that I've been loving more lately, and that is the Qinu 10-in-1 mount, I guess is what it's called. But there are so many ways to use this mount that I can't actually name all 10 ways off the top of my head. But it works as a phone stand, like this. You can use it as a clip, like I clip it to the side of my pants when I'm working out to keep my phone there, and it actually stays put. It can attach to the vents in your car and hold your phone up. I think it's magnetic as well, and so there's so many ways to use. Oh, and you can also flip it around like this so that you can stick your finger through it. So I have really, really been loving this Qinu phone mount, and so I will do a dedicated video that goes more in depth about it. I don't actually have that video out yet, but I have been loving this phone mount. Okay, we are nearing the end of this video. There are 4, maybe 5 more items to talk about. First of all, tripods. So I've done quite a few tripod roundups and dedicated reviews. Quite a few of them came out this year, but the tripod that I find myself going back to over and over again is this Ulanzi Video Go tripod. It's kind of similar to that Ulanzi Coleman tripod. I still have it, I use it, but I like this one just because it's more video oriented. And I use my tripod to shoot video most of the time at this point. I barely use it to take photos. So I like that it has this compact video head on it. And the video head has a little hidden tool in it. You can actually unscrew it and reveal a bunch of tool bits here. So you can put any of these tool bits or screw bits on this part, then you have a handheld tool that you can use to tighten or loosen any parts of this tripod, or any other time that you might need a tool. So I really, really love that feature. I love that it's lightweight, compact, very easy to travel with. checks all my boxes for the best tripod for travel. But there's one more tripod here that is new to me. I don't think it's brand new, like came out this year, but new to me, and I use it a lot. It's this little Platypod tripod, the Platypod Extreme. There's a bigger version of it, but I like this size because it just fits like how I like to use it, which is usually sticking it on a tabletop, just like this. And so it just helps you get like low angle shots. You can put it on the ground, or if you're trying to get like tabletop shots and you don't have all of the real estate needed to spread out a huge tripod like this, then this takes up a lot less space. So I find myself using this whenever I'm vlogging or trying to film in tight corners. It's great because you can put a phone on it, you can put an action camera, my mirrorless camera fits on it, and truly the whole thing breaks down and is so small. It's easy to just have with you just in case. So it's usually in my bag, even if I don't think I'm gonna need it. And so I really recommend getting this guy if you're looking for a super compact tripod alternative. It's not really a tripod, it doesn't have the 3 legs, but I put it under that camera mount / tripod section of this video. The final 2 items I want to talk about are camera bags. And so again, not all these bags came out this year. This one actually did. This one is by PGY Tech. They make a lot of camera gear, a lot of camera mounts and accessories I've seen them make. I didn't know that they made bags as well. But this is one of their newer shoulder bags. And I had been using the same shoulder bag for my camera for literally like 17 years. Like I have not changed it. It's great, but I've kind of been wanting an upgrade. And so I got this bag this year. I like it because, the other bag I use, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just not really meeting my needs at this point. It's like a soft shell bag, it doesn't really hold its form well. And this bag is so much better because it's stiffer. So I feel like my gear is better protected inside of it. And I believe there are at least 2 different sizes. I have the 11-liter size. It's called the OneMo Sling Bag. And it fits everything I need for like a quick on-the-go photo shoot. I do a lot of photo shoots for clients, more so than video. And so if I just need a camera, maybe 2 or 3 lenses and a flash, then all of that fits in this bag. And also it can expand, so it can get even bigger and you can fit more stuff inside of it. So I have yet to do a dedicated review of this bag. I need to, because I've been using it a lot, and so I finally need to put all of my thoughts into a video. But I do love it, I use it a lot. This is a really great shoulder bag. And the final bag that I want to talk about that has been one of my favorite go-tos is this Wandered Provoke bag. So again, I don't think it's new, it didn't come out this year, but it is new to me, and it is a backpack. And I don't use it all the time because, like my old shoulder bag, you can see that it doesn't really retain its shape very well. You actually have to stick camera holders or camera like little bags inside of it to give it that hold, and then it becomes a lot heavier that way. So I don't always use it as a camera bag, but if I'm gonna travel and I just need a free-flowing bag to stick a bunch of stuff inside, and I don't really care that there's nothing in it that needs to be protected, then I'll go for this bag. So this has been pretty much my on-the-go travel bag, or travel backpack, has been this Wandered Provoke bag. And just kidding, there is actually one more item to talk about. Don't have it with me, it's downstairs, it's uploading a bunch of footage to the cloud, but it is my laptop. I finally upgraded my laptop this year. I got a 2023 14-inch MacBook Pro, maxed it out, got the maximum specs so I can make my videos on it, and I haven't regretted it for 1 second. The computer that I've been using before that was a 2015 MacBook Pro, so it was high time for an upgrade. You can see from my big ticket items, like I don't upgrade very often, and so I really desperately needed the upgrade, and I'm so glad that I did it this year. I am a little sad that I missed the M3. I had the M2 Max chip inside, not the M3, but still, it is so much faster than my 2015 MacBook Pro, and the size is actually better. I actually like the 14-inch over the 15-inch. So that would be my recommendation for the best computer for editing your photos and videos. Anyway, I hope this was helpful going over my 18 or 19 items that I reviewed this year. Most are new, came out this year, but some are not. But these are items that I truly find helpful and I keep going back to over and over again. And they've made my workflow or my life for taking photos and videos so much easier. So I hope that it was helpful. Leave me a comment down below with any gear that you think is super essential for yourself and your workflow, because I'm always looking for new ideas and suggestions. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.